kind of staying along that line. So what is going to ultimately contribute to wedding style?
Just all around the decor of the day, anything that goes into what the day looks like. So that's going to be your attire, your bridal party's attire, your bouquets, your centerpieces, your linens, goodness, even just
lighting,
your flatware.
Yeah. Chargers, the place setting that you're sitting at.
Signage.
Even the floor plan alone. Like if you have like family style tables, it's going to be more intimate, more like family. Whereas if you have like rounds, it's a little more formal. If you have a mix, maybe you have farm tables, it tends to be a little more rustic. Open seating. I think that makes a big difference too. And also your invitation. That actually sets your style,
it does
right?
kind of set the tone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Less so, your save the date does a little bit, but your invitation really sets the tone. People kind of know, like, oh, this is going to be a more formal wedding. This is going to be a little more laid back.
It sometimes literally says it on the invitation.
Literally tells you that it's going to be formal or luau.
Right.
It's a popular style.
I'm sure that's what Tua Tunga Vailoa will do. Alabama plug.
Oh,
Done. Done.
I was reaching deep on it, but
I kind of set you up with the luau.
you did. My boy's getting ready for the draft. I hope he does well. I hope he gets a good team.
I love it.
As far as translating your style, this is kind of funny to think about, right? How do you translate your style into attire when you first started with what is your attire all the way back through? So how does that translate into what you're wearing on wedding day?
So it goes not only to like making sure you like what you're wearing matches your everyday style, but like considering your bridal party. That really kind of sets the tone also. If you're doing something formal, then your groomsmen are going to be in tuxes and your bridesmaids are going to be in floor length long dresses. Also matching dresses, that's definitely going to be a little more traditional, a little more classic, rather than like the whole mismatch and even sometimes like the floral pattern dresses that we see a lot now. While that's not informal, it's definitely not as classic and traditional and formal feeling as like matching dresses. And then for, the bride, groom themselves, couples themselves, it's, what color tie, and does it have a pattern on it? What color is the suit? And even what color is the dress? Because they're not always white nowadays. And does it have sleeves? Does it have, embellishments? Does it have lace? Does it have tulle? All these things are going to affect how your style looks in attire.
Yeah, and I think that's like something to think about too. Like if you're picking out, a ball gown and you're getting married in a barn, it's your day. You can do that. But you're going to have to figure out how to incorporate this little more like traditional formal like style that you've set with your gown into the style you've set with your venue when you're like actually coming together and defining your style. You're going to have to kind of mix those things. So you already kind of started defining your style when you picked your dress.
Right.
And a lot of people pick their dress and their venue right at the same time. So, you're kind of defining that style a little bit already.
So a little hot take for you. You ready?
I'm ready.
You ready? All right. So
This is where he goes off script.
this is where I go off script and start going rogue. Start getting real. So let's say in this scenario, the bride is looking for a very formal vibe, right? And all the bridesmaids are in floor length gowns. And the groom and the groomsmen want to go tan linen suit. No tie. Discuss.
I thought you almost said disgust.
No. Well, maybe.
I think then this goes back to compromise.
Yeah, definitely.
Can you have both?
You can do whatever you want. It's your wedding day. But I'd advise you don't.
Yeah, exactly. That wouldn't be our recommendation. Yeah. They don't go together.
No.
That's why the bride picks her dress first, and then everybody else kind of falls in line. It's all kind of got to go together. You don't necessarily have to wear a tux, but I don't know if the linen suit is going to go with it.
I feel like most guys want to wear like a linen suit.
Maybe add a tie to it at least.
Yeah, at least a tie. And maybe make sure that the girls' dresses, at least if they're floor length, they aren't like dark colored. Like maybe they're light colored.
Complement each other.
So they would complement each other a little bit more.
You guys are being super PC. I thought I'd get an opinion out of y'all.
I think Lauren was right. Just don't do it.
Just don't do
Just
it.
don't.
All right, back on track here. How do flowers differ with style?
Ooh, so color, obviously. And obviously there's so many different types of flowers that which flower, exact flower type you choose also does kind of affect your style. I mean, anybody can use a rose, anybody can use eucalyptus, no matter your style. But then there are other flower types that you mix in with those that are going to create one style over another.
Yeah, like hydrangeas.
Yeah, a little more classic.
Yeah, southern.
Yep, exactly. And then like King Protea is definitely a little more boho.
You just made that word up.
Those might actually be my favorite.
And succulents. I love succulents.
Yeah, succulents.
Yeah.
Which can go, succulents I feel like can kind of go multiple ways.
It can, yeah. It's mixed with the right things.
Yeah,
See,
it
it's
depends
all
on what you
about-
mix it with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all about how it comes together.
Yeah, I agree.
And the colors. Obviously, white is going to be more classic, traditional. If you add color in, it doesn't really change your style, but it changes the vibe a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like anything outside of like the neutrals, which includes like blush and very light greens. I feel like it adds something to your style.
Yeah, and then also how you display the flowers. So like if you're talking bouquets, you can have them, wrapped with ribbon all the way down and cover the entire stem. Or you can have just one piece of ribbon with the open stem and then have the ribbon flowing, which is a little more natural.
Yeah. Or like even the way the bouquets are like formed.
Yes,
Like if
exactly.
they're like super tight, that's a little more traditional and
Rounded.
classic. Whereas if they have like more greenery and like more flowing, it's a little more natural garden, boho. Could go a variety of different ways. But
And then how they're on the tables too.
Yeah.
Like vases and candles and
mercury
it all-
glass
yeah.
versus
clear.
You guys are getting really excited about this.
We're also both like deep into designing right now.
We are.
with couples, so it's top of mind.
we are.
Are
We can
succulents
talk
still
about this for a
cool
long time.
When done right.
when done right?
Yeah.
That's been around for a minute.
It has been around for a minute.
All right.
I think like done in like accent as opposed to
Yeah.
like full on succulents.
Yeah.
That was popular a couple years ago.
We actually just featured a wedding here in Charlotte that was actually Something Perfect couple. Lauren and Rosie's wedding. They did
Oh, yeah.
succulents. And it was like a very garden industrial vibe. I really, really liked it.
Yeah, that was really pretty.
Yeah, you guys should go check it out. Go check it out. See,
Shameless
I
plug.
can do a plug too.
Shameless plug. I love it.
I
love
listen
it.
to enough.
So, all right. So then, last question for you: how can I decorate the room based on my style, outside of the flowers, of course?
You start this.
Okay. I think the color, like your tables, like how they look besides the flowers. So the linens, the chairs. Do you have chargers that are more formal? Do you have chivalry chairs that are more traditional? Or do you have crossback chairs that are more like, I don't know, rustic boho garden, natural?
Yeah, a little
bit of
versatile.
everything. Ghost chairs that are like, I feel
Modern.
like, yeah, very modern.
Yeah.
I would say that's like the biggest piece. Right?
Yeah. And then, like you said, the actual floor plan.
Yeah.
So, like, family style.
Lighting can make a big difference. It doesn't really like set your style, but it can set the vibe for the room. You know, like I feel like lighting and drapery can make a huge space feel more intimate. It can highlight like some things, like if you're really trying to highlight like certain tables or cake or something like that. It can set the vibe. Less style, more vibe.
Yeah. And I think there's become a big focus on, like, a statement piece in the room, which also definitely will bring out your style. If I knew about it when I got married, obviously I'd have a champagne wall.
Obviously.
And that would set my style.
Obviously.
That's not a secret.
Yes, I could definitely do that. And the hanging chandelier.
Yeah, see, like,
The
greenery
hanging chandelier
chandelier
thing is like, oh man, I love them.
flower walls,
yeah.
neon signs are kind of cool right now.
Yeah, neon signs. There's so many cool things that you can do. Lounge area.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that definitely all ties in. And then signage too.
Yeah.
If you are having signage, is your sign on, rustic wooden pieces? Are they on acrylic pieces?
My favorite.
Yeah.
I feel like signage wasn't a big thing until like a couple years ago.
No, it kind of blew up.
Yeah.
And
So
then
now-
it was like signage galore. And now I feel like we found like a happy medium of signage finally.
Like 2 or 3 signs.
enough is enough.
That's good.
Yeah.